Good evening, Barbados. Good evening, Caribbean. Good evening, the world. This is Marcia Weeks, and I'm coming to you live from Barbados. And tonight we have an amazing show lined up for you. Lots of interesting things that we're going to talk about. First of all, we're going to talk about the Bajan spirit. What is it, and how are we seeing that displayed in Barbados? We're going to look at just how people are living, what's going on in Barbados, what's happening to our people in Barbados. That's what's going to happen tonight. We're going to look at the water situation. Peter Phillips made a statement on radio today, and we want to look at that. We have some citizens that are going to come in to speak to us from St. Lucie tonight. And we are also going to fact check the Democratic Labour Party, the ex-Democratic Labour Party president, Dr. Ronnie Yearwood, who had an interview that was played on CBC last night. And so we're going to go through it and really ask some hard questions. So stay with us tonight, and we're going to ask you, of course, to what? Like and to share. This is so important what we're doing tonight. We're talking really about a people's revolution, a revolution of thought, a revolution of actions, a revolution of how we treat each other. Really, this is what we are all about. This is a show about the people, the Marcia Week show, where we educate, we agitate, we motivate, we mobilize. Right here on the Marcia Week show, that is what happens. And it's all about the people. It's a people's revolution. It's about us. It's about the opposition. It's about us being that voice of opposition. And we are grateful that we have one member of parliament, Mr. Thorne, and he is our voice. We are speaking out here, and he's echoing. All right, so we want to make sure that we are on top of what's happening, so that he will be able to take our voice in for us. Very, very important. And we have the opposition senators that are there, and we want to stand in support and really make sure that our voices are heard. And so we will not stop speaking the people's voice. We are that. We are declaring that there is a people's revolution that is happening. And this is not a revolution of guns and of sticks and stones and war. We're talking about warfare of the mind, not physical war. We're talking about spiritual warfare that is happening in Barbados. There is a revolution that is happening, and there is an overthrow of thoughts, wrong thinking. All of those things are being thrown overboard by this revolution. It is a people's revolution where the people are not being educated, and they're saying, so this is what it is, and therefore there is a change of my action, and it's going to then inform how I treat people, how we treat each other, what we expect of our leaders. Barbadians are no longer sitting down on our hands and saying, well, we can't do anything. Oh, they're coming for us. They're doing this to us and all of that. No. This is something different that is happening. We are declaring there is a people's revolution of thought, of action, and of how we treat each other, how we see each other, how we see ourselves. That revolution is happening. We are living in that time right now. That's what's happening. The opposition is upon us. The opposition is alive and it's strong. We're not distracted. We're not distracted at all. We are focused. We are strong. We understand what is happening. We are educating ourselves. We are mobilizing ourselves. I tell you, you're going to see later on in the program, the St. Lucie residents are coming on to the show. And they're going to announce the motorcade that they're going to have. And they have some real strong words from Mr. Peter Phillips, who says to them, keep paying your water bill, even though the water is tinter than the is tinter, is that a word? Is browner than the tint on the dark tint on my car window. But the member of parliament that they voted for, you see what I'm talking about, is now saying to them, pay the bill. He's been a member of parliament for how long? 6 years. And nothing has changed for those people in St. Lucie, our brothers and sisters in St. Lucie. And this is what he is. He's saying to them, go ahead and pay the bill. And I'm saying that there is a revolution that is happening in St. Lucie, Peter Phillips. It's not the same people that went and put the X at your name, sir. They are a different breed of people. The people in St. Lucie are saying to you, no, sir. No, sir. We are no longer going to allow you to tell us what to do because you have done nothing for us. We're going to have that conversation. But I just wanted to talk to us about this people's revolution that's overtaking this country. All 280,000 of us standing up. That's what's happening in this country. Well, now let me greet you all officially. Wow, are you part of the People's Revolution? If you're a part of the People's Revolution, a revolution of thought, action, and how we treat each other, are you part of that revolution, Cecilia Miller? Let me see the thumbs up. Loyal Daughter 66. The winds of change are blowing throughout the land. Yes. Loyal opposition, are you ready to embrace the change? It's within our grasp. The revolution is here. Oh, Lord, they love Pineapple 246. Good evening. Judy Jilks, good evening. Always here. Vernon Garnes, good evening. Judy, we don't take you for granted. We know that you are part of this opposition and you play a very important part. Patrick Designs, good evening. It's me. Good evening. Michael Jills, how are you? Are you part of this revolution? Are you part of the opposition? Yes, the opposition is the People's Revolution. We're ready. Teroni, good evening. How are you doing? You ready to take it over? Oh, you're ready for a change of thought, for your thoughts to be changed, actions change, and therefore we treat each other change. Oh, Rosalind Corbin, good evening. Good to see you tonight. Owen Hines, good evening. Esther Blue, how are you? Sir Alfred Benjamin, all the way from Brooklyn, NYC. Good evening. Good evening, CG. Oh, wow, CG, we miss seeing you. We miss see you. We see the placards, your handiwork. By the way, we might need to do some fixing on them. The rain had us a little bit. That's a tiny bit. Oh, Dolores Paulette, how are you? Ryan Rock, good evening. Clive Osborne, how are you? Captain. Hey, Captain, how you doing? Emerson Bob, how are you? Tyrone Blackman. The opposition is strong. Strong, 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 strong. Oh, my goodness, the opposition is strong. Wow, wow, wow. There is a revolution. Are you part of this revolution? The People's Revolution, a revolution of thought, of ideas. Yes, yes. Woo. Yes, I'm excited. I'm excited. Thelma Yearwood, Rollinston Broom, Beverly Prescott, Judy Jukes. I said Judy Jukes already. Cammy, how you doing, Cammy? You owe me a call. Tony Paris, how are you, Tony? I have some good news to talk about tonight, Tony Paris. You're going to be happy to hear. Dave, good. David DaCosta Fields, are you part of this opposition? The People's Revolution of Thought, action, which translates in how we treat each other, what we demand of those who govern us, how we see ourselves is a revolution of thought, of self, of each other. That's the kind of revolution. Oh, please, you know our flag is always here, man. Teroni, FX Trading. I just want to greet some more people and then I'm going to call Then we're going to go to our song. Galvez, good to have seen you, Galvez. Please say good night to Keith for me. Oh, wow. Wonderful, wonderful. We're a great family, you know. Yes, Easy D. Yes, you are part of the People's Revolution, Tony Paris. Yes, I feel the power. Yes, yes. Yes, listen, let me tell you, the People's Revolution, all of those that are making declaration what they're not doing and what they aren't doing, they're going to see. They're going to see. You're right, Cammy. Peter Phillips, he needs to pay the people bills then, since he's telling them to pay it, that they need to pay it. Yes, the anthem is coming up. It's coming up. It's coming up right now. It's coming up right now. It's coming up right now. This is the song of the revolution. All right, this is a song of the revolution. And it is here. The revolution is here. Woo! Tonight. I don't know how come it felt a little high. Oh, that is a song of the revolution. And this is a symbol. Somebody said, what happened to the flag tonight? The flag is here. This is a new one I have. This is somebody who gave this one to me. Nice one. Yeah. And this is a symbol, one of the symbols of the revolution. Yes. Oh my goodness. Oh my Lord. Well, guys, I have a beautiful story to tell you tonight. Before I show you a video. So I have a special video to show you tonight. Okay. It's a very special video tonight. Okay. So I'm going to ask you to start liking and to share. Did you like and share yet? Did you like and did you share as yet? Please, this is part of the revolution. Remember we said it's a revolution of thought, action, and how we treat each other. So one of the things that we do when we come in here, we understand that we are leaders. All of us here. There's 400 and what, 50, 58. It goes up so quickly. All of us are on here tonight, and we are leaders. We are leaders in our own right. We own the show. This show, any payment that happens on this show is for all the activities that we have to do, and it's by you. The laptop that I use is from a loyal opposition. The camera I'm looking through right now is from a loyal opposition over there in the US. The microphone, the thing, somebody even gave us a thing to amplify the sound from a loyal opposition. Come on, my backdrop, by the way, loyal opposition. This is your show. This is a people's show. And so when you come on here in the evenings, there's a part for you to play. And your part is to like and to share, because this is the people's revolution. It's a revolution of thought. We no longer sit down and wait for people to do things for us. We recognize that we're it. We do it ourselves. We get up and we do. We get up and we do. And so you come on. You don't have to wait on me to like and share. Just like, people have been sending me material from morning. Yes, they send me something. I wake up in the morning, I have stuff there, because there are things they want me to speak about. Yes, and so this becomes our show collectively. We are doing this together, and that is what we call the Bajan spirit. And I want to take a few minutes to talk about that Bajan spirit. The Bajan spirit is that spirit that causes us to look out for each other, especially in this time where there's a lot of need and a lot of concerns. A little later in the program, Lumumba Batson is going to come, is going to join us, and he's going to talk to us about his experience at Chapman Lane. And it will be good to hear from him. He's an adult male, and as he walked Chapman Lane as a Barbadian, he's going to talk to you about what he felt there. And we're going to chat a little bit about that as we continue. That will be a continuation of the Bajan spirit. But tonight in particular, I want to say that there is a young lady in the hospital, and she's had her leg amputated. And I went to see her a little while back. I'm due to go back next week to see her. And she needed a wheelchair. So we came on and we were asking for a wheelchair. This time, the one that you can actually roll the wheels yourself. And so we were checking on that. I checked on the price of one, and it was $900 for it actually in Barbados. I know it's way cheaper in the US. I wish there was a way we could bring in some wheelchairs, That's something anybody in the diaspora, wants to talk to us about, how to bring some wheelchairs in, because this seems to be the amputation capital in the world, and this is the thing, they cut off your whole foot. So, it's a young woman. She's 44 years old, and she needs to be able to move around. And so I got a number from Pastor Leacock, Paul Leacock, and a wonderful man. And he gave me a number for the Barbados Council of the Disabled. And I had been calling that number. Seemed like I had the wrong number, finally got the right number. And I had the opportunity of speaking to a wonderful lady under Melissa Graves. And I promised to give her a shout out tonight, guys. Melissa Graves, and I don't know if Dave can put up any picture of the Barbados Council of the Disabled, if it's possible. But I want to big them up tonight, because Melissa has taken on this job to provide a brand new wheelchair, guys, to this young lady who's at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital at this time. And I just want to give a shout out to her. And, once she understood what we were about, and so on, she said, "Are you from the Marcia Weeks show?" I said, "Yes." She said, "You're Marcia Weeks?" I said, "Yes." And so I was so happy to know that Melissa was watching the show, and I know she's going to get that wheelchair for that young lady. We'll take a picture of the chair, not of the young lady, because I don't like to show people who are being helped. It's all about their dignity. That's something Mr. Franklin has taught me on here, not to show people's faces and their conditions and so on. Mr. Franklin is such a wonderful individual, and that's one thing I've learned from Mr. Franklin, to be honest with you. And so this is the organization here. Melissa Graves, big up yourself. I'm telling you, she is on this case, and she's gonna make sure that yes, big up Miss Graves. Yes, 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 yes. And that's what we call the Bajan spirit, because you could call some of these places, and sometimes when they know you're asking for something, then people begin to speak down to you, and so I'm happy that that is not, that in the end of our conversation, she was able to say, Mrs. Weeks, we're going to help. We're going to help. And she said to me, keep doing what you're doing, keep up the good work. She wants everybody to know. Everybody on here, Camillus, good night. Camillus Lewis, good to see you. Please say a good night to Lynette and the UPP for me. But here it is that they are going to make sure that the wheelchair is ready for that young lady, 44. Can you imagine at 44 years old, you've lost one leg, because it's cut above the knee. Can you imagine that? Thank you, Lord. 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 We want to give God thanks. Let's pause and say thank God. Thank God that this young lady, she doesn't know yet that she's going to get the wheelchair. So we have to tell her when I go there. Yes, yes. It's me. Sometimes they can be condescending and be very rude to people that they. I want to say to you, if you are listening, right, to me right now, please, please, let's have a revolution about that. How we treat each other. Today I was in Western Union because people from overseas, they send donations, and I was picking up the donation from someone from overseas that have sent, so we can pay for the last um, solemn walk. We have one more bill to pay, and so I went to pick that up. And it's me and everybody else. The I wouldn't say where the Western Union is, so then you don't know who I'm speaking of. I've already said Western Union, but the person who was dealing, what was serving, an elderly lady came in, and she asked a question. You could tell she didn't understand, and the way she spoke to that elderly woman, I almost had a conversation with her. And I stood there and thought, you know what, leave this one up, Marcia, because generally, anywhere I am and I see children and the elderly, or anybody for that matter, being treated in an awful way, I'm going to speak up. I'm going to speak up. Today, I said, I felt in my heart, leave it alone. Leave it alone. But I didn't like it because it doesn't take, especially the elderly in our society. I think it's so important that we treat them with grace and with kindness. You don't need to rough up an elderly person. Why you think they're asking you a question because they don't understand? Why do we think we have to rough up the elderly like that? Because why do we think that we have to do that? Yes, I think we need to be. Let's have a revolution about that, of how we treat each other, how we respond to people in need. You go somewhere, and people are they want something, and people throw it down, and why we have to do that, because you feel like you're now in a position, in a higher position, than the other person, you know yeah. So yeah. So I wanted to big up. I wanted to really big up um, Miss Melissa Graves there. Okay. Yes, wonderful. Now, Dave, let's guys, have you shared? Have you liked and have you shared? I am not going to show you this video unless you like and share. Listen, you've got to see this video. I want you to tell me, give me your thoughts on this video. I hear Dave laughing. I don't know if Dave liked the video. Let's play this video.
I'm not interested in prosecuting nobody. Tell the agency already, I want money.
Wait, say what?
Money.
Whoa!
Money.
Yo!
I want money.
Wait, she really said that for you?
Money. I'm not interested in prosecuting nobody. I want money.
Whoa!
Money.
Whoa!
Money. Money. Money.
Yo!
Money.
You hear that?
Money.
She want money, yeah?
I want money. I want money.
You hear that? She want money, yeah?
I'm not interested in prosecuting nobody. Tell the agency already, I want money. I want money.
Boy, she only care about the money. Bye, girl. Bye.
Listen, you all like that video? You all like that video? Peter King, who liked that video? If you like the video, give me a thumbs up. I play it again. If you like the video, how many of you heard the video? How many of you did you see it? Oh, somebody said love it. One person said love it. Play it again, Rosemary. Oh, okay. No, okay. It was a little late in coming in. Somebody. Well. Oh Lord, loyal daughter, you were dropping the ground, loyal daughter. What's wrong with you? Loyal daughter, oh Lord, Judy. Listen, why not have a little fun sometimes? Sometimes you have to take bad things and make joke. Huh? Oh Lord, y'all, if you want me to play it again, I've got to see the thumbs up going up, and you've got to share. How many likes do we have? We have 585 people. How many likes and how many shares do we have? I am not playing it again until you think we're gonna work this hard and you don't share? Huh? You know, I'm laughing. You know, Caswell is who used to have me laughing on here. So, oh God, oh Lord, oh my Lord. Yes. All right. So we're all right. Let me take myself out, okay? Let Dave.
I'm not interested in prosecuting nobody. Tell the agency already, I want money.
Wait, say what?
Money.
Whoa!
Money.
Yo!
I want money.
Wait, she really said that for you?
Money. I'm not interested in prosecuting nobody. I want money.
Whoa!
Money.
Whoa!
Money.
Yo!
Money.
You hear that?
Money.
She want money, yeah?
I want money. I want money.
You hear that? She want money, yeah?
I'm not interested in prosecuting nobody. Tell the agency already, I want money. I want money.
Boy, she only care about the money. Bye, girl. Bye.
Oh Lord, somebody said this make the granddaughter jump. Well, if you share and you like, we will play it again. Oh wow. Did you all understand the whole thing with the monkeys? Anybody understand the theme with the monkeys? Who understand what was happening there? Oh, good. Oh, wow, wow. Somebody said they want money too. Encore? Encore? How many times did you share already, Heather? How many times did you share? They want to hear it again. They want it again. Listen. You all let me see where Lumumba is. Let me see where Lumumba is. You all need to behave yourself. You know, you love too much what you call this now? You love too much sport. you love to monkey around too much. That's what dear says. Oh Lord. Oh my word. Oh my word. Oh my word. Listen. Yes. It's good to have a little fun. It's good to have a little fun. What's your best part of the video? Who can tell me what's your best as I wait on the Lumumba to join? What's your best part of the video? Lucinda, how are you? You think the monkey's edgy? Oh, Sonia Perk said the monkey's edgy. Do you think the monkey's edgy? Oh boy, I'm not saying it like Ryan, but I think Ryan got it. I'm not saying that last word. Judith Ann Clark says, the more the monkey climbed, the more. Yes. Yes. And we were upset when she said it, but we're creative people, and we're not going to stay down all the time, but we're going to make sure that we don't forget it, right? Somebody said the monkey is Pharaoh. Who is Pharaoh? Okay, where is Lumumba tonight? Oh wow. Yes. Let's just hear a little clip here from Mr. Thorne. Yeah, David can go ahead. We have a couple clips that while we wait on Lumumba to join. Okay. All right. Dave. Yes, go right ahead.
The people of St. Lucie, that when you sign up with the Barbados Water Authority to receive a water service, that service is based on a contract. And if the Barbados Water Authority is distributing water that is of a poor quality, the law considers that they have fundamentally breached the contract. And if you fundamentally breach a contract, the consumer is entitled not to pay. And I think it is time for us to petition the Barbados Water Authority to acknowledge their fundamental breach of their contract with the residents of St. Lucie and not to send them any bills in future until this problem is corrected. That is how we will be petitioning the Barbados Water Authority, that the people of St. Lucie should no longer receive bills until this matter is fixed. What they're getting is not the quality of water that accords with the contract between them and Barbados Water Authority. So we will be petitioning them in writing.
So the petition that we have online, but that I started online, is called Compensation and Solutions for the residents of St. Lucie for discolored water. So you go to change.org and you can look for the petition and you sign it. We're heading towards 500 signatures. We're about just under 250 in less than a day and a half. So once we hit 500, then we go for 1,000. And we're going to take this petition to the powers that be, like Mr. Thorne said, It is a contractual agreement, and if you do not get the service that they're contracted to provide, you have all rights to call for compensation.
We don't have any water, and people even putting it on social media. We have whiskey sour. They get a whiskey sour. St. Lucie whiskey sour. Colored in water, right?
So how you feel? Just don't make a drink.
Well, I'm very thankful because I drink a lot of water. So you can't drink the water.
So what, if you didn't get this, what you do?
Well, we will have to wait until the tanker comes around.
That comes often?
Well, not too regular now.
Oh.
It comes, but not too regular. Sometimes when it comes, I'm at work.
Oh.
So I ain't going to get any water. Or you have to go to the neighborhood tank. The neighborhood tank, they have tanks for that.
Okay. Where's the tank here?
Well, I ain't seen none of here, but there's some that put it out in private.
Folks, that's what we are focusing right now on, the people of St. Lucie. And at the end of this month, on Sunday, October 27th at 2 p.m., 2, not 3, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, at 2 o'clock, we are going to join the citizens of St. Lucie in a motorcade, and you're going to hear more of that as we as the night progresses. Okay, but we're going to have they're going to come on, and the citizens are going to come on and talk to us about it. And so we're going to have a motorcade under the heading "Clean Water is a Basic Right." In addition to that, there is a water drive that is being organized again by the citizens of St. Lucie, and there'll be several organizations that are part of that water drive. Of course, us, the loyal opposition, we're part of that water drive, and we can drop off our water as you're going through. This is now October the 9th, and it's not until October 27th, so we have all of that time that we can, begin to buy up our cases of water. Or you can buy the gallon bottles, the big gallon bottles for about $3, and you can fill it up with clean water. Make sure it's clean water from your tap. You can fill it up, and you can bring those water bottles. So that's a cost-effective way as well, is to get go and buy the clean empty bottles and fill up as many of those. You can drop them off at Unity Workers Union. You can drop them there as you would normally do, or you can drop them at Praise Academy as well. Those of you who are associated with the Democratic Labour Party, you can drop it there because as I said, there are several organizations that are going to be doing this water drive. It is something that's national. So you have churches, I was told, that's going to be part of this. Our school, Praise Academy, we're going to donate water. The loyal opposition will donate water. The Democratic Labour Party, through the Young Dems, can donate water to it. And I think I saw tonight Camillus is on, and I think he's part of the UPP. And so they can donate water, whatever organization. You can donate water so that the people in St. Lucie, that they have water. I know the last time around, the Young Dems, they did that on their own. They're going to continue to do that as well. So this particular one is an all citizens. It's nation, it's national, that we are asking everybody to get involved. Don't ignore Peter Phillips. He probably has water. I don't know. But until everybody has clean water, which is a basic right, we're not going to stop, because we've had promises all these years of all administration, So regardless of what Peter Phillips is telling us, and regardless of what the Barbados Water Authority is telling us that they're now doing, we don't want what they're doing. What we will stop when there is clean, clear water running out of the pipes of the people in St. Lucie. That's when we stop. No more promises. We're not involved in that. There is a revolution that is happening on Peter Phillips, Barbados Water Authority, the Minister over Water, Prime Minister Motley. Understand that this is a different kind of Bajan you're dealing with right now. We are not interested in promises. We will stop our agitation when there is clean and clear water running out of the taps of all Barbadians. It is a basic right. That's it. We're not interested in what you're doing. Do you understand? Because why we're not, you have been doing for a long time. Okay? You have been doing your doing for a long time. So I am just letting you know. The children, we've now made this into a big thing. So children, you have your children and you want them to get involved, give us a call, 236-7000. Because guess what? With those two young men that came on the other night, would you believe that we have a sponsor to help us with t-shirts? So if your son or your daughter wants to come to help with carrying water, right? We're going to provide little shirts to them with this on it. Clean water is a basic right. That's what they're going to wear. So only the shirts is just for the children, all right? And they get a free t-shirt that anytime we have the water drive, the children can wear their white shirts, okay? So it's a white shirt that says clean water is a basic right. And they need white because they're so hot, right? For those are the kids. And you can make, if you want to give them a little hat that they wear because they're out in the sun and so on. And so the children, we got a sponsor to sponsor the writing on the shirt. They're going to do the printing. Clean water is a basic right. That's what's going to be printed on the t-shirt. And the children from those two children, we're looking, to have more children. All right, but you have to, the only way it can happen, you have to message me and tell me the size of the t-shirt your child wears and that they want to help to deliver water as well. Okay, isn't that awesome? Yeah. All right, so Dave, let's play this ad. Let's play the ad, Dave. Thank you.
Residents of St. Lucie, the time is now. Come join us in the Motorcade to be held the 27th of October at 3 p.m. at the St. Lucie Car Park under the theme, Clean Water is a Basic Right. We demand clean and clear water. We demand an elimination of our water bills until this matter is satisfactorily resolved. Come join us as we show the Barbados Water Authority we mean business.
Thank you, Dave. And I know we're hearing the voice is saying 3, but the poster is saying 2. Loyal opposition, it's 2 o'clock. And believe it or not, we're moving off, right? So you're not there, we're gone. Right? So it's 2 o'clock. I'll get them to make that correction for us, but it is 2 o'clock. It is 2 o'clock, okay? That is going, no, we don't have any shirts for the adults, okay? We don't want to put our money into making shirts that we can give to, we could buy a cup of water with that. Some water with that, unless somebody has some other way of how we can get those done. Now, what would be lovely if there's anybody overseas want to send us some white t-shirts, that would be lovely. Because the t-shirt company, but the printer is only printing. Okay, so we have to provide the white shirts to the children. So if there's someone, because places like Trinidad and anywhere out of Barbados is cheaper than Barbados, and you want to buy a shirt for a child and send it. But we really want to make this a big thing about our children, okay? I saw Lumumba and then I don't see him anymore. I don't know what happened there. Yeah. I saw him and I didn't see him anymore. Now there is a petition here. There is a petition that it's at 712 signatures, and we had up. I know Dave will put the link in the chat. So I'm going to ask you to put the link, Dave, in the chat where you can sign the petition. We're serious, you know. And this petition was by, go up a little bit, Dave, so I can read the name of the person. We said demand compensation and solutions to discolored water in St. Lucie, Barbados. Listen, don't let Peter Phillips confuse you. We're on one purpose here. One purpose. Okay? One purpose. Do not let that man come and confuse your head again. We're into a people's revolution here. Do not let them come and confuse your head. All right? So, so they're asking you to sign the petition. Yes? You're asked to, we're signing the petition. Dave, can we go up a little bit on it? Thank you. And this is by Mr. Alvin Toppin. And he starts off by saying that, his relatives are in St. Lucie and in the parish of St. Lucie. And they're basically, he's compelled to act on their behalf to raise this critical matter. He says, I am a relative of one of the many affected residents of St. Lucie. And he said, many of us bear the burden of discolored water that is unfit for usage, yet we still face hefty water bills from the Barbados Water Authority. That makes sense. That makes sense. Mr. Alvin Toppin is correct. And still find it necessary to make the added financial strain faced by households in these trying times is unduly harsh. Yes, Alvin Toppin is doing a great job. And he's calling on the Barbados Authority and the government to urgently address this ongoing issue. My thing with is to say to us, just before Lumumba comes to us, I want to say to us, people do not, St. Lucie, listen to me carefully. Listen to me, St. Lucie. Don't listen to them. Do you realize how long you've been listening to them? Ignore them. Do you understand? Protest. Do your petitions. Don't you ever let them fool you. Don't you ever let them fool you and tell you they do that all the time to dumb us down, to say, oh, look at what we're doing. We are now working on the issue. We're making it happen now. So then we're going to stop marching and we're going to stop talking about it. This time around, it is different because we are in a different climate, you see. Remember what I told you, something is happening in Barbados. There is a turn as a happen. We're in the people's revolution, people. Opposition. We're in that and we're not turning back. So you could tell Peter Phillips, go to the back. Go to the back, sir. Because you've been there 6 years and you promised. Yes, you did when you were campaigning, remember? Remember, you promised. And up to now, people are drinking what looks like urine running from their tap, and it stinks. We deserve better. Okay? Well, we're going to talk more about that a little later. But I have with me here my good friend Lumumba Batson has joined us. And Lumumba, good evening.
Good evening. Good evening. You could hear me?
Yes, we're hearing you loud and clear. We're hearing you loud and clear. I know it's a busy evening for you, but you come on for a few minutes with us. And it's always good to have you.
Okay, it's a pleasure.
Yes. Now, Lumumba, I want to thank you for your encouragement and being a sounding board with me, and these ideas. Sometimes I pass by you, I will sit down and talking about all these ideas. And I remember when we started talking about going into the communities, you and Bongo and another Rastafari fellow that was in your place. We just had this great conversation happening there. and look at what is happening. We're going into the communities. We actually are doing it, and you have been very, very supportive. And you were coming out to the marches and on the march on the truck stop, speaking all the time. No, you don't speak. You walk in the crowd with a placard, and you still come. You're not coming just to speak. And you were at Chapman Lane, but I noticed while we were at Chapman Lane that when the march was close, we weren't even finished. You put down your placard
I'm doing something on the phone.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I saw that you
Yeah,
were.
excuse me.
Yeah, I think he has a shop going at the same time. So I turned off his microphone so that he'll have some privacy there. And I noticed that Lumumba was leaving. He put the placard down and he was leaving. And I said, something is strange. And when we spoke today, I was so busy, I haven't had a chance to call him. But when we spoke today, he was able to explain to me why he left that early. And he's right here to talk to us tonight. Lumumba, I've opened your mic. Can you tell us what you were experiencing there at Chapman Lane?
Well, as I was walking through and I was looking in the people's faces, I was looking at the conditions that the people have to live in. I'm talking about Black people now. The conditions that we had to live in. All these things combined, and you could see in the people's eyes, you could see it, like that kind of despair. And I remember we came up to a house, and it had it seemed like a bunch of youths living in this house, and I was just looking at this thing and just started feeling depressed, just started feeling like something it just wasn't feeling right. So afterwards, that's when I said to you that you asked me if I'm leaving, and I said yeah, cause I could not believe that in 2024 that in Barbados that we could have Black people living like this. And this is not an attack on any one particular government, because I always say, we had 2 Black governments since 1966, 2 Black governments. How white is our people in this condition? And you go through Nelson Street, you see the same thing. And I'm quite sure you go through all these so-called ghettos in Barbados, you see Black faces and you see despair. That's what you see. And it's not a good feeling. It really isn't.
Yes, I was thinking that these are the same communities that politicians would go in during elections, and they would promise these people various things, and what they're going to do for them. And I too saw the house because I was there, a week before doing the scouting of that area, and I saw that house with all those children. You just saw children piling out, coming out of that house, and I was from then I was saying, how so many people live in that one house, and then when we saw it again, it was sad. It was really, really sad. And
It was.
I think this is why, Lumumba, I've asked Barbadians, and I can't force you to come out. I can't. But I can ask you in this revolution. Nobody's forcing you to do anything, but we are asking you to come out and look. You heard what Lumumba said. He looked in the faces of the people. You've got to be there. You've got to be there. You've got to look. You have to hear the people. You've got to touch them. And when you do that, you're connecting with them. And I guarantee you, you'll not be the same. You'll not be the same. I know you want to say some more. You have more to say, Lumumba. Go right ahead.
No, like as I always say, and I'm going to continue to say, we there is no logical explanation why these two governments allow their people to be in this condition. I mean, why? Everybody else they were able to take care of, and I say that on my program, on my live all the time, that you was able. I always give the analogy of the woman, the slave woman, the woman that was enslaved, that was able to feed, that was able to breastfeed the master's children, but were not able to feed her own. But she was able to feed the master's children. And the same principle applies to these two governments. They're like that woman with they're like that enslaved woman with the two breasts that was unable, that was never unable, that was unable to feed and take care of their own, but they were able to take care of everybody else. And this is something that as I said, it's not pointing fingers. You created this class system with this set of black people that feel that they're so superior to everybody else, and because they got a little bit of knowledge and a little bit of live in a certain community, they feel, and they don't look at their roots and look at where they came from. They don't even want to see it. They don't even want to hear it. They was born. If you ask them, they were born with wealth, and we know that's not true. And to me, they are a bigger problem than even the Indians and the white people. That so-called black bourgeois, or that that low class that they created, they are the problems. They need to go and see them, and a lot of those people is probably related to them. A lot of these people in these communities that suffering is probably related to them, but they don't want to see it. They don't want to see it. They don't, and this is something that we need to call them out on.
And as somebody, we were talking about this, and Kamar is saying we were talking about this, and it's a sad thing as I walk through those communities. I think of the fact that at election time, because these people are not aware of who they are and of who they are, they go ahead and take that $100 that they give them for their vote. And they give them that $100, and they go in the hot sun and they line up, or they go in a bus that they come to pick them up in, and they go to vote. And I want our people to ask ourselves the question: if you could come out and you could give me $100, pay a bus to move me to go from one place to vote, why can't you show that interest in my children? Why can't you find a bus to help me bus my child to dancing, or to do something positive, or to take them out of the community one weekend? Why you can't, all those children that live in that home that we saw there, Lumumba, how come you can't send us, Lumumba, to move those children out to a play park or do something? Sometimes you live in those communities, you just want to be able to go out sometimes. We want, what we're trying to say on here, Lumumba, we want our people, we want that kind of revolution of thought happening in our people, that people would say, we are not taking your $100. We don't want it. We don't want it.
But that, it's okay, and sis, it's okay to say that. But these people keep those people in those conditions for that particular reason. That is why they keep them poor. That is why they keep them always begging, because they're easily controlled. And it's hard to tell a person that don't have anything, lights may be off, water off, they don't have anything to eat. And it's hard to look at that person and say to that person, don't take that $100. And these politicians know that. They know that, and that is, you know, that that's they love that because it helps them. You know, it makes them look big. It makes them look like saviors. When I could come, I gotta beg you to pay my light bill, or I gotta beg you to turn my water on, or I gotta beg you for, you know, because that's what they like. That's what. So it's going to be hard, sis, to really tell people that's hungry, that's starving, not to take $100. It's
Mhm.
hard.
Somebody said here engineered poverty by the government, or
That's right.
this is what happens, and it's sad. If you have not been down there, if you have not been there, it's hard to even understand. You could stay. I keep saying that you live in your gated community, or if you're not in your gated community, you have very high walls. You are fenced in, you have your dogs, you might have, you have your guns inside, your licensed firearm, and you have your cars, and everybody have these cars, these trucks, and it's a, this status symbol. We drive around and everybody feel big, and the car itself, Lumumba lifts us up off the ground above everybody else. And
Right.
we have arrived. And what we have done, I'm telling you, the the bourgeois class of people, we don't go into those communities, and we don't see them. We don't see that group of people, because I guarantee you, if you go in and you see them, I told Lumumba today, I want to go back and look for those children in that home. When you have seen something, my grandmother would say, you can't unsee it. You see it,
That's
and
right.
it's like, isn't that picture still in your head, Lumumba?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is, sis. On the real side, I find it hard to believe that this is how these government treat their own people. And you could spend $300 million on patching up roads, but you cannot spend $300 million in upgrading our schools for our children. You cannot spend that $300 million in making these communities a lot better. You could do it. They could do it. But they want those people out of there. That is the reality. They want those people out of the Orleans. They want them they want black people out of Bridgetown. Period. That is the agenda. And that is something that we should never stand here and allow them to do it. We should never do that. In 20 years, the only black people in Bridgetown is going to be people that's working in the hotels, that working in the hotels, and that working for some other business or whatever that they have in this area. You would never know that black people used to live here in 20 years.
Wow. Yeah, and it seemed like they're just leaving them that way. So that I don't know. I mean,
That's right.
I say that
They are. They're just letting it go. They're just letting it go. Letting it go. And every 5 years come with promises. Go down there and talk to the people and act like they care, and get them buy a few drinks for them, buy some food for them, and they think that that's all black people need. That's all you have to give black people. That's all we want. We don't have children. We don't have responsibilities like everybody else. All we want is a drink and a smoke. That's how they look at us.
yeah. Oh boy, what do you say to people who are listening? I mean, when we went to St. Lucie, we had the Young Democrats. I promoted it on the show, and I wanted, how I am. I want to connect to the people. I went as well, and the Young Democrats. I know they had over 100 and near 150 cases of water and 100 and something more gallons of water the gallon, and they just did not have enough. They went to Content and they went to Crab Hill, and you could see. I mean, Shaquani, she's done an amazing job. And I mean, she wanted to more water, and there wasn't enough. There wasn't enough. But the point is that there are people who are doing something, and those of you in St. Lucie, I just want to say this, that we're coming again, and we're going to choose a different community. Those who didn't get, we're going to be back there, and I believe, as far as I know, this is going to be every at least once a month that this is going to happen. This is something Shakwani has started, and it's going to continue, and it's just it's really just spreading out to the nation. People are getting involved. So, I believe that this it's going to be something that we should all be part of. Lumumba, and we can be part of the solution. It's not good enough to say that everything is okay with you and your family, and we don't think of others and what we can. And what we can. And Shakwani is a young girl, Lumumba, and so
Yeah,
she's trying, and I think
yeah.
that is wonderful to see that.
And let me big up the youngsters, the young revolutionaries. I see. I saw so much youngsters out there Sunday. I felt so good. Just being there. I don't have to say anything. I was just watching them, how they organize themselves, how they have the placards, how they giving out water, how they doing speaking, and that it shows me that we do have a future. That's what that shows me, that we do have a future. And I would like all more young people to get involved. It's your future. We here, but we here for a time. It's their future. It's your future. And if y'all don't stand up to these people right now, if we don't teach our children to stand up, we lost. We finished.
Yes.
So yeah. So thanks, Marcia, for again. Sunday was an eye opener in so many ways. It was there, me being with the children. It felt so good, and then watching the despair on the faces of my people as we walk by. I could see it. I could see it. I could feel it. It's something that people you was sometimes we went in a certain area and you didn't even feel like you was in Barbados. You felt like you
Yes.
was in another part of the world. Like I don't even know what to say. It just did not feel like we was in Barbados.
Mm,
And so it's showing me, man. It's showing me that the more I realize, we march, we plead, we pray, we showing them that what they're doing is wrong. We explaining to them what they're doing, and these people still continue to just do what they want to do. Just we don't care. We don't care what y'all say. We don't care how y'all march. We going, and I think that the people need to start stepping up even more, to start to agitate even more. I mean, we maybe start to look at a work stoppage. People not going to work. A lot of people may not want to get out there and march. I could understand that too, because of the politics and stuff. But
yeah.
staying at home. We need to step this up a little bit more. We need to show them, hit them where they hurt at, in the economics. That's what's going to bring them to their knees. That's what's going to make them want to talk to us, when they see that we messing with their money.
You're so right, because that's how the MP came out and said something, because there was no Mr. Thorne and others were saying that the people need to be compensated, and the residents were now saying, listen, we don't want to pay any water bill. We're not paying water bill. You see, when they came out, because now
That's right.
holding the money, people. That's it. You got to get serious about it.
That's
And
right.
you're so correct. That's where we hitting them
You know,
where it hurts.
Stop paying our bills. Stop paying water bills. Stop paying light bill. You know what they gonna do? They gonna cut off 270,000 people lights. They gonna cut off 270,000 people water. And if they do that, who is going to stand to lose? The people or them?
Correct. 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 Well,
You see what I mean?
yes,
Yeah.
that's it. You hit them where it is, the money. Thank you so much, Lumumba, for coming on. As we talked today, I thought you needed to come on and share that. I appreciate you taking the time to come
Thank you
on.
for inviting me. Anytime, sis.
You're welcome. God bless you. Yes. Folks, you know, it's serious. It's very serious. We're, you know, very, very serious what is going on. But I tell you, there's a revolution of thought. There's a revolution of action and how we treat each other, how we respond to each other. That's what's happening in Barbados, and they can't stop it. They can't stop it. The Bajan spirit is a revolutionary spirit. The Bajan spirit is a revolutionary spirit. We're going to take care of each other. That's what's going on. That's what's going on. And I'm inviting you, each time we go out, come out and see, because when you see, you can't unsee. Right? That's my word I made up. Okay? You see it, and you see it. Yeah? So go ahead, Dave. Let's play this again. Remember, it's going to say 3 o'clock, but it's 2 o'clock. Read, follow what's on it. And then we have Mr. Graham Husbands, Stephen Strickland, which I'm hoping he will turn on his devices. His devices are not connected. And we're going to have some more from the committee. Mr. Mark Baker is going to come on and join us. Okay, so Dave, go ahead and let's play the.
We mean business. Residents of St. Lucie, the time is now. Come join us in the Motorcade to be held the 27th of October at 3 p.m. at the St. Lucie car park under the theme, clean water is a basic right. We demand clean and clear water. We demand an elimination of our water bills until this matter is satisfactorily resolved. Come join us as we show the Barbados Water Authority we mean business.
Yes, folks, we mean business. Let me just invite into the studio Mr. Graham Husbands and Mr. Stephen Strickland, who needs to turn his devices on. His devices are not connected, and we want to hear Mr. Strickland as well. I think they're turned on. He might be having some internet issues at this time. Okay, he's right here. I hope everything will be able to work. Mr. Graham Husbands, welcome to the Marcia Week Show, sir.
Good night, Marcia. Good night to Mr. Strickland. Good night to all the members of the loyal opposition. Thank you very much for having me on tonight.
Yes, you're most welcome. And Mr. Stephen Strickland, good night. You're no stranger to the Marcia Week Show. Good night, sir.
Good night, the loyal opposition. Good night to the people of St. Lucie, especially. It's good to be here.
Yes. It's really, it's really great to have you all. I know there's another gentleman, Mr. Mark Baker, that we're hoping that he will join us as well. But, you know, you guys have been planning. Well, before we even get there, can you talk to me about where do you live in Mr. Husbands? Where do you live in St. Lucie? What area? I'm learning the areas now.
All right. I live in Allendale, St. Lucie.
Yes.
However, I am formerly from Content in St. Lucie. I have a house there in Content.
Yes.
And which I visit almost every day.
Yes. Okay. So you are, but you're formerly from Content, and I was in Content on Saturday. So I'm learning the place. I'm learning it, and it's beautiful. Listen, make sure you all come out on the 27th. It is beautiful, all the greenery, you know, and it's nice. St. Lucie, nice. They just walk the water. Well, let's go to Mr. Strickland. Where in St. Lucie do you live, sir?
I live in Colonel Town. Actually, my water is off right now.
Oh, Lord.
In that I did not hear any notification of the from, I guess, Conlang area this afternoon, around say 1. The water authority proceeded to, I believe, start swabbing 200 yards from my house, and therefore, as I speak right now, the water is off. So that I am really disappointed that there was no the water in Congo will be off today because of the swabbing. So as I said, I am in Congo.
Yes, and we're in Connaughton. No, no, and this is what we're saying. Just to treat the people as human beings, and say something. We're not animals. It's so important. I see joining me at us at this time as well is Mr. Mark Baker. I've just met him just the other day. These are some great Bajan men. These are fathers. These are professional men that they are serious. You hear? I'm telling you, these men. They mean business. Mr. Mark Baker, good evening, sir. Welcome to the Marcy Week Show.
Good evening to all. I'm happy that you have welcomed me to the show. It is a pleasure to be here with all you lovely people. I am sorry that it is not a better, what should I say, better conditions to be on. But as you heard, Brother Strickland has no water. Mine is barely dribbling. But we have one common purpose, and that is to let the people know that we, the people of St. Lucie, deserve better as far as this water thing is concerned. A number of other issues, but right now we are concentrating on the water.
On the water, and you're doing this as citizens. People, can you share up this live, please? Please share up the live. Share it to people in St. Lucie. You're in St. Lucie chats. Share it up. Share up the live so that people can join. All right, that they can join. This is a YouTube link that you're going to share. Okay, so that people can join. Now, Mr. Graham, Mr. Husband, when did your water issue start in your areas? Because you are both from in Content and Allendale. When did it start for you?
Well, to be honest, this is the discoloration of water in St. Lucie has been that way for a number of years. I cannot give an exact figure, but I am sure that it is more than 5 years for sure. I don't know if Stephen may be able to say something on that, but certainly it has been more than 5 years that this has been going on. But yes, what has happened recently is that it has gotten progressively worse.
Mm-hmm. Yes, wow. And you have lived in St. Lucie all your life, Mr. Graham?
Well, yes.
Mr. Husband, yeah, all your life. Baker, Baker, where exactly in St. Lucie do you live?
Well, I live in Pike Corner. I can say one thing. This was going on longer than 5 years. For a long time. I actually live at the bottom of the main that comes down from Bosque Bell. Mm-hmm. So if you know the area, I end up at the bottom where all the drain is, where all the rust water is. Well, in recent times, we got a switch over to the other line, which passes in front of my house. But the water is still not clear. Huh? Well, I don't know if there's anyone in Pike County area that has clear water. Sometimes, but today, honestly, it looked like apple juice.
Today it was like apple juice.
Yeah, it was not, and that is not too bad.
Oh my God!
So I am hoping that I am at home the day that they come to flush the main. I am hoping that I'm at home that I could actually get a video of the color water that is coming out. What you are seeing on your screen now,
Yeah.
it's pretty in comparison to what comes out of that main when these guys
What?
flush it. And not only that,
You
when
mean,
they're gone days afterwards,
this picture here you're saying is prettier than what comes out of your main?
Yes, and for days the road is actually stained as if you paint it, and I'm not exaggerating. I'm hoping that any day that they come, I can actually get a video or a picture of it that I can share with you guys. I'm not kidding. And the thing about the water, everybody complains about the color of the water. The problem with the water is not only color, it's the smell of the water. A matter of fact, today I give a lady a ride, and she lives in Rock Hall area. And she said when she turned on the pipe this morning, she had to go and get some water from the community tank to bathe with because she couldn't put that on her skin.
Oh boy.
And so, like Mr. Husband says, this issue was going on far too long, and I'm not putting it at the feet of this government because it was going on from the last government. But I guess that it comes a time where you say, look, enough is enough. You have to stand up for what you believe in. And I don't think that it can make it much longer. I really don't own anything white. If you see me with something white, it's something some person give me. And when I wear it, I have to take it to the laundry to get it so that I can get to wear it again. Because if I ever make a mistake and try washing it, the water that comes out the pipe, it will be problems.
Yeah.
So kudos to the youngsters who's going to be having white shirts. I hope they don't live in St. Lucie.
Because it wouldn't be able to watch them. But let me bring Mrs. Strickland in. Mrs. Strickland, we want to keep you on the program, and I know you're having some challenges with your Wi-Fi. I want to suggest if you turn off your camera, we would love to see your handsome face. But if you turn off your camera, you might be able to save some of the bandwidth there. Okay? Can you turn off your camera, but stay on? Just turn off your camera. Let's try that.
I've turned it off. Okay, right. Again, good night.
It's still on.
I was a bit shocked, honest, in hearing the response of the representative for St. Lucie this evening on the radio. The reason why I was really shocked because I remember with St. Joseph, the representative for St. Joseph understood the plight of residents there, and I think that
He's dropped out. I want somebody, Dave, if you could just send a message to him. He's in our phones, and we're in the chat with him to ask him when he's coming on, turn off his camera. If he turns off his camera, we will be able to save the data. Now, let me go to Mr. Husbands. In the meantime, Mr. Husbands, what are your thoughts about what the minister has said to the people of St. Lucie today, in light of what you are experiencing in St. Lucie, where he's saying, you need to pay your water bills? What do you say to the minister this evening?
Well, first of all, I am very disappointed at what was said. And I think as a good MP, he had the right. I mean, this is since 2018 that they've been in government. We know that Water Authority is replacing mains in St. Lucie, but the replacement of mains and still getting the dirty water would suggest to me that mains replacement and this dirty water that is coming out is two different things altogether. However, I think that he should have had a town hall meeting or a series of meetings through various districts in Barbados and bring some person from Water Authority to explain to the people of St. Lucie exactly what the problem is. Because up to now, we are hearing all kinds of things, right? And nobody seems to be telling us the truth as to why the water in St. Lucie, in the majority of St. Lucie, is this brown, discolored water. What caused it? What is the solution to it? Because if you replace mains and that dirty water is coming from out of a reservoir or reservoirs, you can replace all the mains in St. Lucie, you're going to still get brown water, right? So I believe that he had a right to speak to the people of St. Lucie, but it appears to me that nobody in this government can speak anywhere unless the Prime Minister is present. I get that impression. Speak to residents unless the Prime Minister is present, right? They seem not to have any autonomy at all. And as a result, a lot of them are very silent. He has been silent too long on this water issue.
And he comes out, and this is what he's saying. So
say that. Now, when we pay water bills, and I actually pay 2 water bills. I pay a water bill here at home. I pay the water bill in content. If I'm going out there to do anything on the house, because the house is under repairs now, I have to take water out there to drink or do anything with. So I am paying for water here at me to take out there to use, but yet I have to pay a bill out there. And to come out and say something like that, I think it is really disappointing. To be polite, I would say it is disappointing. And I would hope that somebody from Water Authority, because hearing him speak this evening tells me that he really don't know what is going on as it relates to the water issue in St. Lucie. When I say what is going on, I'm talking about from a technical standpoint.
Yes.
Right? And so we need to hear from somebody at Water Authority, and we need to hear the truth.
Hear the truth. And let me bring in, because we have about 10 minutes left in the segment. I know we had some technical issues. I want to go to Mrs. Strickland. What are you saying to the people of St. Lucie? Read this motorcade that is planned. Why are you part of it? And what? 2 questions. Why are you part of it? And what do you want to say to the people of St. Lucie?
Okay, as a proud resident of St. Lucie, I have always desired the betterment of the people of St. Lucie. First, I think that the people of St. Lucie will prove once and for all if they love themselves and if they are prepared to stand up for themselves. Not the Marcy Week show, not the loyal opposition, not any political party, but whether they're willing to stand up for themselves. As Graham said, a town hall meeting would have been the ideal situation, because there are other things that I would want to ask those at the Barbados Water Authority in relation to this matter, which I would not attempt to speak here on this show. So I'm saying that, we the residents in Lucie have had enough. And honest truth, just like my internet, I have been without internet service since last week, Monday, from Flow. And I don't know if Flow caught on to what the Barbados Water Authority is doing to us. But sufficient that I'm saying that it is very, very unfortunate that this has happened. And I am calling on all residents of St. Lucie, whether they are affiliated to one or the other political party, which I am not affiliated to. I would want them to come out on Sunday, whether it's at the Motorcade or whether it is when we stop along the road during the Motorcade, because we're going to be stopping in the different communities from St. Lucie Car Park to Fustic to Checker Hall to Broomfield to Crab Hill to Cornertown to Granges to Hope Road, right up to Pike Corner and coming down from Lambert's back down to St. Lucie Car Park, so that the route is set, and therefore I'm looking for persons to come out not only to observe, but if they want to have a say, when we stop at a community, we're going to give them the opportunity to speak, because this is about the residents of St. Lucie. Not we do appreciate all of those who are coming from other parts of the island, but this is for us in St. Lucie to stand up once and for all and let the representative first, the prime minister second, and all Barbadians to know that we are proud. And St. Lucie people can't bathe in this water because people have skin allergies. They can't wash in this water. They can't drink this water. Why are we paying bills? Because those are the three basic things: to drink, to wash, and to bathe. And if you are not able to do any of those, the one thing you can do then with the water is to flush the toilet. It's very, very unfortunate. I'm paying a water bill just to flush a toilet. So that is what I would want to say to the residents of St. Lucie and to those in on the show tonight.
So,
Yeah, but
you're saying for them, those in St. Lucie, that they're to come and join the motorcade. That you want them to join. So how many? What's the? Let me go to Mark. I'll see if Mark might know. Mark, what is the population of St. Lucie?
Off the top of my head, I would say about 10,000.
Okay, I was told between 10 and 11 is what I was told. And yes, and a lot.
I wanted to say something else.
Yes, go right ahead.
We talk about the water and the bill, but they tell you to boil the water so get a bigger gas bill too. so nothing is coming down. The price of gas all over the world going down, and Barbados it keep going up or stagnant.
So seriously, what do you want to talk to us about the day? Sunday, October 27th. You're starting at 2:00. You told me last night we're starting on time. So tell me, walk me through what's going to happen on that day, sir.
Listen, on that day, I'm urging all residents of St. Lucie, if you can't get on with a vehicle to get on the motorcade, come out and learn the route. Come out and show your support. Come out and get the petition and sign the petition. Let people see that we are serious and that this is no joking matter. It has been going on too long. We need your support. A lot of people say to me, man, Mark, you're wasting your time. Nobody ain't gonna wait there. But if Parks to listen to everybody, she want to sit down on the front of the bus and things will not have changed. We need to get things changed. We need to advocate. We need to invite people in St. Lucie especially, because don't only we sit down and say, man, nothing gonna happen. Nothing ain't gonna happen if we sit down and say nothing ain't gonna happen. We need to get up and get out there. We need to encourage a friend, bring along some person, let your voices be heard. This is the only way that we are going to get any kind of action, any kind of response, any kind of measure of relief. As it is now, we can't just keep chucking along. No. We have to do something about it.
Yes. Let me ask Mr. Husbands, you are the man who you went through the route for us. Can you walk us through that? Where we're starting and where we're ending up and so on. Can you go through that for us?
Okay. The starting point is the car park at St. Lucie's Parish Church. On leaving the car park, we'll be going through Bentham's, Colleton. Then we'll turn right and go half move forward, Checker Hall. Turn left at the forecross at Checker Hall. We'll go Broomfield, Husbands, Content, Crab Hill, Great Hall, Greenwiches, Connelltown, Hope Road. Spring Hall. Then we're going to go Durham's, go Rockfield, Pie Corner, Cave Hill, Date Tree Hill, Lambert's. At the Lambert's Junction, we will turn right and go Josie Hill. Coming back to Durham's, then we will go to Pickering, turn left at the top of Pickering, go through by Pickering Plantation, Cottage, Alexandra. Then we'll turn right and come down Mount Gay, Churchill, and meet back at St. Lucy's Parish Church. That is the proposed.
You heard all of those places? I only know two. But I've heard about Pie Corner. I don't know if I've been there, but for sure I've been to Crab Hill and Content.
Have you ever been to Cove Bay?
Oh yes, I have.
Cove Bay is in Pie Corner.
Oh Lord. Thank you. I went to Cove Bay and I went to the other bay, River Bay.
Okay.
Yes. Now let me ask you, Mr. Husbands, you went through all of that and we're going to be driving along that route. Can you tell us what the activity is going to be like on the truck? What's going to happen?
Well, we're on the truck, we're going to be speaking about the clean water, the ad that you see on the screen, where that is going to be promoted. And basically what we're going to be telling the residents of St. Lucie that we deserve better than this. And that water, like the team says, clean water is a basic right. And ever so often you hear the champions for, be it the children, be it whatever, speak about the various human rights. Well, yes. Water is a basic human right. And we deserve better. I remember the words of Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King. I think it was on the Easter weekend of 1964 when he was in a Birmingham prison. And he said these words: injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. So the injustice that is being met out to the people of St. Lucie, the possibility exists that it can spread elsewhere. It may not be by water, but it may be by something else. So we need to stand up. And this is not a political issue. This is a water issue that needs to be addressed. I am sure that if this water situation that we are experiencing in St. Lucie was in Sandy Lane or Bridgetown or any of those built up areas, it would have been addressed long ago.
Wow, very, very well said, Mr. Hansland. What is it that you want to achieve, Mark, as well, when this is over? On October 27th comes and we are finished at 5 o'clock. What would you have wanted? What do you think we would have achieved?
Well, we would have, what I want to see and what I want to achieve is that every resident of St. Lucie would have heard, known, and understand what this whole thing is about. I also want people to understand, as my brother so rightly said, it is not about politics. It is about people. It is about we in St. Lucie always left behind. It is about we have to stand up. I would like to see that when I get back to the car park, that I got half of St. Lucie there, and people are willing to sign the petition. People are willing to go and march. People are willing to do whatever is necessary to let people open their eyes and see that we are not a docile set of people, and that we are a set of people that can get what we want once we put our minds, bodies, and souls to it. But I am urging people from St. Lucie not to sit down at home, to come out and be part and parcel of the motorcade and whatever else that has to be done so that we can get clean water. We can have the basic right, clean water.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Anthony Oliver is saying this is the people of Barbados' problem, not just the people of St. Lucie. Barbados from all 11 parishes should take part in this. And that's what Anthony
Yes,
is saying.
yes.
But I also hear the cry of these wonderful men on the show tonight, and they're calling on St. Lucie to come out. They want them to come out. They want the people from St. Lucie to come out and be counted on Sunday, October 27th. This will not be the last interview. We're going to keep them coming on. There's a young lady who is part of your team as well, and she couldn't join this time around. I know she's helping with on this particular project to coordinate the water collection and so on. But I'm going to give the final word to Mr. Strickland. Mr. Strickland, I'm giving you the final word tonight, sir, on this issue and on this motorcade. Go right ahead, sir.
Okay. Again, I join with my two other parishioners in saying that at the end of this, it will be the end of the motorcade, but it will not be the end of what we propose to do, because we've already discussed other moves which are, are still in the planning stages, so that I'm really looking forward to coming out to the motorcade, being part of the motorcade, and not easing up. Do not allow your partisan affiliation to influence your participation, because
Yes.
as Graham rightly said, this is a human right, and therefore for all persons of St. Lucie. So I look forward to seeing individuals on that day and coming out and speaking, observing, so that because I believe it's going to be carried, it's going to be streaming, you know, um, other residents in Barbados would then see and know, and as Graham said from the statement of Nelson Mandela,
No, Dr.
today
Martin
it
Luther
is us,
King.
Martin Luther
Dr.
King, sorry,
Martin Luther King.
Luther King, right. Today it is St. Lucie, tomorrow it is the rest of Barbados. So I pray that we will have a safe journey. We entrust everything into God's hand, and we believe that God is a God of justice, and therefore
Yes.
we are looking for justice for us as the residents of St. Lucie.
Yes, and I love how you made the call, because when we were there on Saturday, everybody was coming for water. It wasn't about any party. Everybody, when we got to Crab Hill, the people were running to come for the water because they didn't have any. All day they had nothing in their pipes. So it's really not about politics. It's not partisan. We really need to understand that it's a human right. Thank you, gentlemen. We asked our few good men, and here we have a few good men from St. Lucie. I am so proud of these daddies and granddaddies, leaders in the country. These are leaders. They're standing up, and they are standing up for their families, and for the community. God bless you, gentlemen. I'm so proud of you. Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
as
you.
well.
God bless you and continue the good work.
Yes, thank you. God bless. We will be there. How many of you are going to be at the be there on October 27th? How many of you are going to be there October 27th? Let me see you put your finger up, because some of you don't like the long walking. This time you're going to be in a car. You can pack up the car with people, right? And you can make a nice fun thing of it, and have something to drink, not liquor because you're driving, but some soft drinks, and have little fruits or whatever, that you can be eating along the way and having fun, along the way. Make your little, probably a little placard to put on the outside, etc., etc. Think about how you're going to make your experience fun, right? For those, it will be about 3 hours, they said. 2 hours, I'm sorry, 2 hours. Okay. All right, 2 to 3 hours, or 2 to 2.5 hours, right? Yes. So make sure that we are out, people. Make sure that only I see. Okay, FX training say I'll be there. So that's 2 cars, and by God's grace, Dave and I will be there. So that's only 3 cards from the loyal opposition. Um, Cam says she just needs a plane ticket. Ingrid Moore said that she would be there. Cecilia Miller, she would be love to be there on the motorcade. For those of you, what we're going to have to do, and I'll speak to Dr. Ferdinand about this, but what we're going to do, we have to create a plan, that we meet people somewhere. For those of you who want to be on, want to be there, because we're going to be meeting actually, we're already meeting at the St. Lucie Parish Church. So once you can get to St. Lucie Parish Church, we pack into cars. We're family. Nobody will be left there standing looking. All right. So everybody, yes, by faith, it's gonna be well attended, right? Yes, Adrian Allen. Yes, and we're Adrian, yes, Adrian, and we're going to do the water as well. We're working very closely with Shaquani as well, but I know that this particular one is going to extend outside of the Young Dams, okay? But this was started, this whole water drive is something that young lady, Shaquani Hunt, a young woman, got started. So that is wonderful. Nigel is planning to be there. David is going to be there. Okay, guys. So let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. Oh, Jacqueline Allen. So Jacqueline, you can make your request known early, because you probably can be part of meet up at Six Roads, and then people pick up people from Six Roads. We can do this together. We can do this together, where people are picked up from Six Roads, and then they go down. I think that we can make it happen. We really can make this happen. Okay. And remember, it starts at 2 p.m. So you have to do all of your lunch early. You can even bring the lunch, and you can be eating your lunch while we're driving there. Have a car picnic. How about that? That's a good idea. Right. So Judy, let's work it out. You got to be there, Judy. You can't miss this one. Judy doesn't miss anything. And we're going to have to work something out. When we were going to St. Joseph, I believe what we did, is it St. Joseph? Yes, St. Joseph. I think what we did, we got a bus, and the bus took the people to St. Matthew's School right there in St. Joseph, and then we went into the cars from there. You remember that? So we might have to do something like that to St. Lucie. Get people who are not driving in a bus, get them to St. Lucie Parish Church, and then from there we go into cars. Okay. I think that is what yes, I think that is what we might, yes, Errol Calendar, yes. So we're going to have to invest into that and make that happen, to join our brothers and sisters in yes, correct, Cammy. So we're going to work on the admin for that and get that up and running, so that people will know what it is that they have to do. Correct. The bus, last time everybody went on the bus from Freedom Park, and then they headed up to St. Joseph. So we will more than likely do something like that, and then head to St. Lucie Parish Church. Yeah, we will have to, because we have to take care of each other. Okay? Yes. Okay. Matthew, we hear you, and we want to, I guess I don't know what has happened to your loved one. I try to make sure that we pay attention to sometimes what we're seeing in the chat. And so I want to say I don't know what happened to your loved one, but we understand, and you hang in there. Don't give up. Okay, stay strong and find things to do to get your mind occupied. You might need to come out of the house if something has happened. Okay, you might need to come out of the house. You might need to come out and connect with people. Sometimes when you're down, it's good to give to others and to serve others, right? So sometimes it's good to do that. So you might just need to come out of the house, all right, if you're able to. All right. Please give us a call at 236-7000. Matthew Sainsbury, 236-7000. 236-7000. Okay. Thank you so much. All right. Now, folks, we're not being distracted, but there was a recording that was done last night, and this was shown on CBC television last night. And this was of Dr. Ronnie Yearwood, and he was sharing his story and his, giving his viewpoint on what occurred at the Democratic Labour Party, of which he was president. And we know that he was expelled from the party. And one of the things that I promised you that I would do is to speak truth. And I know that the normal media, the media is not going to fact check anything like this. They're not. This will happen, and it will just go. If you watch a lot of the what happens in the U.S. When these kinds of things happen, there are people speaking about them, different stations speaking about them, etc. I wasn't asked. I was not asked, and I know, regardless of me saying this, you're not going to believe there are people who are going to go around and say all kinds of things. But I was not asked to do this. My very good friend, and I have to say my mentor, even Maxine McLean, did not know that I'm going to speak on this. Whenever I'm going to do anything like this, I don't tell her, because she's with diplomacy, and she's going to want to tell me, don't touch it, because it's the spirit of the people in the DLP. They're not warmongering, and they're not. This is what I think from watching the spirit. They're not wanting to be combative. Honestly, that some people will be out in the media already. They're not doing that. They're not doing that, and they didn't ask me to do it. That's the truth. I'm telling you, loyal opposition. I decided, and I thought about it and prayed about it and discussed it with Dave, and I said, once again, I'm going to speak up, because they're not going to speak up. I'm going to speak up. And you might say, why don't they speak up? Probably it's not time yet, because they're so busy. They're busy with the water drive. Mr. Thorne is busy in the parliament yesterday fighting on our behalf when they're ready to change. They're doing the Sexual Offences Act, which we're going to be talking about, and how they're going to change certain laws to do what they want to do in Barbados. And he's fighting inside that parliament. Every time that he goes into parliament, he has to spend time to prepare. And he's a defender of the people of Barbados. So you don't want him to be having every time to he has to come out to address this and come out. The man is working on behalf of the people of Barbados. And something like this will be done, and it will remain there. And the good journalists that we have in this country they won't touch it. They won't say anything. So I want to address a few things this evening. And I said I'm not going to spend more than, say, about 25-30 minutes on it. I don't want to spend too much time on it. As you see, we had a fantastic show leading up to this. And so I wanted to hear me. The second thing I want to say before I start to go through some things and to bring to our attention a few things. I want to say to us in the comment section, let's be civil. Let's be civil towards Mr. Yearwood. Okay? He has a right to speak, and we have a right to speak, and you have a right to speak, but we can be civil. All right? Because sometimes we, make your comments, but we don't have to. You know what I mean. When it pass a certain thing, we don't need to try to tear down this gentleman. What I'm here to do tonight is just to ask some questions and to put some facts out there for you. Facts. Okay. Now, one of the things that wasn't made very clear to me, and you might differ, is that what happened, Dr. Ronnie being expelled and all of this happening in the party, concerning him in particular, did not just, or the dissent around him and the people not want to accept him, and people not trusting him, that all of that, Mr. Yearwood knows. Mr. Yearwood, you know that was happening way before Mr. Thorne came into the party. So let us establish that. That wasn't established very well in the interview. And I want to establish that there was great distrust for you, sir. When you joined the party and when you became president, there were quite a number of persons who did not trust you. And people voted for you, but after you started your tenure as president, there was a lot of concern and a lot of issues, and you know that as well. And one of them was that people thought that you were a plant from the DLP. And there were some things that you yourself did. I remember, I'm just going to mention just one tonight. And one of the things that you did, and I will get my phone here and I think people will remember. There's a gentleman who is almost 78 years old. Okay? And I need to get this phone charged. I realize that it's dying, but I want to, Dave will help me here. A gentleman was trying to give you some advice as president. Remember that? Because I saw the discourse. I saw all of the discourse between both of you. And there was a disagreement on how the advice, you didn't, it seemed to me, just from reading, sir, that you did not believe that was the best advice. This man is 77, going 78 years old. Well, he was probably 77 there. This was a clear 6 weeks before Mr. Thorne came in the party. And you cursed the gentleman, Dr. Yearwood. The same Dr. Yearwood sitting here, you cursed him. Okay? You cursed him, you called him the C word, and it wasn't cat. And you didn't call him a cow. Okay? You cursed him. So this is an elder, somebody who could be your father. You cursed him, sir. You called him the F word. Yes, you did. It's there. You used the S word, the F word, and you did not call him a frog. The S word. And yes, you were voted in, and a lot of people voted you in. But we have to be honest, there was some, yes, you're right in saying that a lot of people voted you in, but the people were, somehow there was a lot of people who were disgruntled and they were not happy with your behavior. And this was one of the breaking points, sir, when you cursed this 77-year-old elder. And that was passed around on Facebook, remember, and on YouTube and everywhere. If you remember that happened. I wasn't one of those that passed it around. I just stayed out of it. Okay, that was important for us to understand, and that was 6 weeks before Mr. Thorne came on. I'm sure everybody doesn't know that you cursed the 77-year-old lawyer who was trying to give you some fatherly advice on what how you could handle a situation. He's trying to help you, and you just differ in views with him. But your method was to curse him, and I think that we need to, the reporter did not ask you those things, and so we need to bring those. And the reason I brought that up because I want people to understand. Yes, you were voted in by a lot of people. It is true, and that is true, sir. But a lot of people, they over time, they were very disgruntled with you, and that you have to admit had nothing to do with Mr. Thorne himself, who was not there as yet. The next thing that I want to do tonight, you made mention, sir. You made mention that police was called into on calling on the members. Listen to what you said. Police was called into the calling on the members. Sir, that is not true. That is not true, Mr. Yearwood. I understand you have the right to speak your mind and to speak what you believe is your truth. But I'm saying to you, the facts are not on your side on that particular issue. The police was not called in on the members. Think about it. It's not true. Now, what happened was this, and I'm going to read this to you, people. And this will just be one because I've read others to you. All right, so let me just read to you a couple things, and then Dave is going to get those letters for me ready. All right, okay. So, this is one of the threats that came in from Steve Blackett, and I can say it as truth because it is so. What I'm going to read, Steve Blackett, came from you. Okay, you were Ronnie's sidekick, and the strangest thing was that Mr. Yearwood, we didn't see in the public because you might have done it behind closed door, but we didn't see any reprimand of Steve when Steve sent out these things. We didn't see anybody reprimanding Steve. We didn't see you as president rising above all of that and reprimanding and bringing order and stability. We didn't see that. It wasn't to the public. It wasn't there. I don't know. Members can correct me if that was done. But to us in the public, we didn't see that. And that's why I'm going to say you never did it. What we didn't see. But I'm going to read facts here. Okay? From Steve Blackett. From the person you sent it to, Steve. It says, it is now too late to quarrel the unlawful and putrid act. You will all have to shoulder the consequences of the coming days because you did nothing to rein in the actions of the insurrectionists, fortify our constitution, and restore sense to our party. This is days leading up to the annual conference. And I want us to listen carefully. Yes? It says, if anything goes wrong over the next few days, the blood of the members will be on your hands. And the blood was in capital. The blood of the members will be on your hands. What does he mean by that? What does he mean by that, Mr.? What does he mean? Mr. Dr. Yearwood, sir. What does this mean? And I want every good thinking Barbadian that has an organization. Is there anybody who manages a group of people, or you run an organization. Like me, I have a dance school, an art school that you govern people. You have a place where people come to. Could be a church, you might be a pastor or a youth leader or anything like that. Okay. Now, if you received something like this, let's talk. And I want us to be good, meaning people and to think about it. You're producing an event, say, you run a church, you have a youth group meeting, we're putting on a march, say we're putting on a march, or anything, and somebody sends something like this. If anything goes wrong over the next few days, the blood of the members will be on your hands. Enough is enough. Iron sharpens iron, and action to return to our party to stability and lawful leadership will occur. Mark my words. We have had enough. So, someone is talking about blood, of the bloodshed, right? Blood of the members. The members. I want to ask any well-meaning person, you have a business and you have employees, and a disgruntled employee writes something like this and send to you. What do you do about this? Forget about the situation. Ask yourself, you're a leader of a church, you're a leader of an organization, and something like this comes to you from someone, and it's not the first. In fact, I didn't bother to read the rest of them, but I read some others on the show before. Something like this comes to you. What do you do about it? I'm waiting for a response in the audience. Somebody talking about the blood of the members of your organization will be on your hands. What do you mean? What would you do with something like this? You are a leader, responsible for people. What would you do? I'm waiting for the response. I'll wait because I want us to have this discourse, because I might be wrong. I might be, I know what I would do as a leader, but I want to know. Someone said they will call the law enforcement. Pedro Jemet said they will call the cops. PCD said that they will ensure that the employees frisk every time they come to the thing, because you would feel that something is wrong. Anybody will call for protection. Okay. So you would take some measure, because the reason you have to take those measures is because you are responsible for people and you're inviting people in a space, and you're getting this kind of message over if anything goes wrong over the next few days. I've read others to you that said, and if others are listening to me, I was trying to get to see, I don't know if Miss McLean would send me some if she has, or anybody, that, because I said she doesn't know I'm doing this. But if anybody has any more of those, yes, that becomes a need for security. And that's how the police were brought on the premises, because of what Steve was doing, because of the threats. I want us to talk about it because, as I said, the DLP, they're not warmongering, and they're not going to do it. They're not going to do it. So, the other journalists are not going to do it. I have nothing to lose. Do what you want to do. Say what you want to say about me. It's not going to matter to me, because it's going to be all lies anyway. To do what you want to do, you will have to call the police. You will have to seek, somebody says seek legal advice, and so on. And I can tell you, I'm not going to tell you the name of the person who this was sent to, but I will tell you that they handled it very much better than I would. So for me, in addition to calling for police protection, I would also turn over the name of the person to the police who sent it, and for them to go and give them a visit. But they didn't do that. They said, "This is our comrade." That's what you kept. What I was told. This is our comrade, and they did not do that because, as I said, that's not the spirit of the DLP. That's not how they operate. So they did not even turn over the name. Right? I am telling you the name of the person because it's the truth. They can't sue me for defamation. It is the truth. I have it here. You said it. You wrote it. Yeah? So it is important. It was important that those leaders make a decision that they were going to invite the police. We've been on the show, right? We've been on the show, and on the show, people have written in the comment section that what they're going to do whatever to us on the march. You know what we did? There were people here, loyal opposition, took the pictures of what was said, and we sent them to the police. Why did I do that? Because we have people, we're taking people out there, and therefore we have to call the police. And so, Mr. Yearwood, the truth is, police was not called in on the members. Police was called to protect the members. So that's a correction that we have to make right there. And I think that is important because the members said that they were afraid because some of these threats were put in chats with a lot of people. Mr. Blackett did put some threats in the chat with a lot of people. And I think that it's important, that this kind of thing is done. So let's get, we've gotten that one out the way. Now, let's get to the letters. So the first set of letters I want to go through. The first two I'm going to go through quickly because we went through those already. One of the things that I didn't hear addressed was the fact that Mr. Yearwood, Dr. Yearwood, if you're listening, I want to remind you that you got 2 letters. Yes, sir, you got 2 letters. And these were letters inviting you to a hearing. And Dave, could you put up one of those letters for me? I don't know if you're able to do that. This is a letter to the hearing. Is this the one? This was delivered by hand, email, and by registered mail. And Mr. Yearwood, as you can see, put up the one where he was requested to the hearing. Is this the one, Dave? Is this the one? I can't, excuse me? Is this the one where the person, where he was invited to the hearing? Okay, so let's put up that one, right? All right, so, okay, let me make sure that you have that one. It's important. So we need to look at these letters because, as I said, these are things that the journalists, they're not going to do it. They're not going to do it. I know that there's some of them I've spoken to, they know what the truth is on this, but they are refusing to do anything because nobody wants to get involved. And I am choosing to get involved because I think it's very important. So Dave, they are coming to you as right now. So this let me see. If this goes bigger, I can probably see if this is it. So what it is that while it comes up on the screen, let me just go over them while it's coming up on the screen, so that I'm gonna read some stuff from my phone. Okay. And this letter was the 20th of May, by hand, email, registered mail, and it was sent to um, the okay, right, that he was invited to a disciplinary hearing, and that's what the letter is saying here. Now, what happened is that Mr. Ronnie Yearwood, Dr. Ronnie Yearwood, did not even respond to this letter. So remember, we're talking about being, that it's so important that, he gets a fair hearing. And sir, we have the letter here that you were invited to a hearing on May 27th. And the letter was signed by the General Secretary, the Acting General Secretary, and CC to the elected officers of the DLP. And sir, you did not respond to that letter. Do you remember that? You didn't respond. So you had an opportunity based on the Constitution for a fair hearing, because there was a member who had concerns, and they I wouldn't even have the time to go through all the concerns, but they invited you, the disciplinary committee, to a hearing that you did not attend. And I'm sorry, there were two letters. There wasn't just one letter, right? But there were two letters. You got two letters, and you refused to respond to any of those two letters. Remember that. So you would have forfeited then your the chance for you to have a hearing. So that's important, and that did not come out in the interview. So I want to kind of make that clear tonight, that did not come out in the interview, but that's a fact, because the documents are here. That's a fact. So we're talking tonight not about feelings, we're talking about facts. You did not attend the hearing, and so you would have to tell Barbados why you didn't. But the opportunity based on the Constitution was provided for you to have a fair hearing, but you didn't. That puzzles me, really, because you're the president. Why would you follow what the Constitution says? I don't understand, right? Right? I think it's important that you that we say that you're the president. You have a hearing and you refuse to go to two hearings. People sit there waiting on you, and no response. What does that say? You haven't come. You haven't come to defend yourself or to present your side. You just didn't come. So you basically were telling them that go ahead and do what you want to do. Yeah. So think about that. Think about that. Think about that. Why didn't you go? Did you make up your mind already that you're just going to, whatever happens, happens? I am not going. I don't know. I don't even want to figure why. The point is that you didn't go. Now, in your discourse, you also said in that interview, you said that you were not, you did not receive a letter of expulsion. Is that correct? You said you did not receive a letter of expulsion. I have the letter of expulsion here. And I don't know if Dave can show that one. Is that the one on the screen? No? Thank you, Dave. So let me go to that letter of expulsion that was written to you, sir, on August 16th. And the meeting was held on August 15th, right? And so by the next day, you got a letter of expulsion was sent to you, sir. Now, and it says that it's with immediate effect, because, and the reason that happened, let's speak the truth. The reason that happened, sir, is because you did not turn up to the disciplinary hearing. Now, anybody who runs an organization, let's be real now. You have rules and regulations in your organization. There's a constitution, and you're asked, this is when something happens, if somebody says, they have a grievance against you, there is a procedure. and you refused to follow the procedure twice. And they sat there and waited on you, sir, and you didn't turn up. What else should they do? Yeah? What else should they do? Yeah? They decided that you will be expelled from the party. And that was, so you got a letter. So do not say you didn't get a letter. Okay? That was my understanding, that you're saying you didn't get a letter. You said you heard on social media. Now, what I want to say, what I've realized, and I don't know, but I'm going to ask you to check with that person who works with you, very closely with you, who normally puts the stuff out on social media. As something happens in the party, they do that so to widen and create more problems in the party. You probably should need to check with those people to see if they put it out. The people that have been working, some of them working with you, did they put it out on social media the night before you got this, the next day? Because they would have met the 15th. When would you need to get the letter? You can only get the letter by the 16th. They didn't wait a week later. They sent you the letter on the 16th, the following day, sir, after they have met. I don't know at what time the meeting occurred, but I think that we need to be reasonable. Be reasonable, sir. Be reasonable. When let's be reasonable. So when you did not, let me just explain something to you, Mr. Dr. Yod, and I think you know this too. You're a learned man. I think you know this. You're quite educated. You didn't go to the hearing, sir. You didn't go. You didn't follow the procedures. So you would have to be expelled because you didn't follow it. You didn't do it. So you were expelled. There's a next. Let me just check. There's another letter here. And this is a letter. Since we're on letters, I'll continue the letters. There's another letter that was sent to you, and I am saying to you, you are a lecturer of law at the university. You have led other organizations, etc. You are an educated person, and I want to say this directly to you tonight. I'm going to read this letter, and this letter has to do with the property of the DLP. Everybody pause and take a moment. If an official or an employee, regardless of the rank, if they are expelled from your organization, isn't it normal, or would it be normal? For me, it would be normal that they return all the items. Do you think that's fair? I will wait for you to comment. Do you think that is fair? And again, I wanted to say to you, we don't want to put, name calling of Mr. Dr. Ronnie Yearwood, because I'm not doing that doing it for that purpose. Okay, Mr. Yearwood, you're a goodly gentleman. You're brought up well. You're brought up well educated. You seem to, I believe you seem like you're going to continue in public life. I'm reading this. This is a letter that is very important in terms of integrity. Very important. And this has to do with the equipment, with the furniture, with the assets of the party. Mr. Yearwood, this letter is saying it was written to you from the 1st of June, 2024. Okay? They're asking you for these, all of these items to be returned, and they have not been returned yet. Is this true? Do you have these in your possession? Or do you have people who have them in your possession? 4 laptops, 3 desktops, and it has a description there, 1 cell phone, and the number belongs to the DLP office. Sir, do you know anything about these items? Do you know anything about these items? I want everybody who runs an organization or a business and so on to think about the process when somebody leaves an organization, what needs to be brought back in. Okay? Look, these things have been missing. 1 DVR. I don't know if you have them or you know where they are. I am just asking, as somebody, a respectable person that you are, that you please, I personally think if you were going to lead me, if you're planning to be, any kind of public service, I would ask you kindly to take this seriously. Because we can't take you seriously if you don't take this seriously. Okay? 1 DVR, two high-powered cameras, right? 2, I can't make this out, shredders, I think. 2 seals. Okay? Correspondence for membership forms, completed membership forms. You have those. Blank membership forms. Minutes of the Executive Council, minutes of the Annual General Council, minutes of the Annual Council, resolutions of the Annual Conference, constitution amendments arising from Annual Conference resolutions, bank statements, miscellaneous files. Is there anything else that's there? All the passwords to the digital accounts of social media, etc. Now, you can't tell us you don't have that one. Because remember that you used that to upload after you were expelled from the organization. You use the organization's assets, you use the passwords and to the digital accounts, and you uploaded what you wanted to say. Remember you did that? So we know for sure that you have that. We're talking here, sir, yes, anybody can be expelled from a political party. It can happen. But what we're saying now, at this stage, let's talk about integrity. Let's talk about your political future. Let's talk about your future as a social leader in this country. Do you have things in your possession, or people around you have things in your possession that does not belong to you nor them? Where are the passwords? In somebody of integrity would turn over the passwords. I'm going to speak hard on this because that one I know for sure that you have. Because why I know you have it? Because you used it. You see? You used it. So you have that one. So let me come on screen and talk to you seriously about that. That is a problem of integrity there. And I'm asking you, sir, if you plan to do any kind of, do you plan to be in public life? You are a lecturer, you lecture young people, etc. I'm asking you to turn over the password, sir, kindly. Turn it over to who it belongs to. You're no longer with the DLP. That is fair. Right? That is what is fair. That is what is fair. And then there is what gone. Is it branch registers? Let me make this bigger so I can understand, because I don't want to be. Is that registers? Branch registers. So all of the administrative stuff, they are alleging that you have. One that we know that you have are the passwords to the digital accounts that you have. And that's where the problem is, because we're having some integrity challenges there with you. And I believe that, anybody can change. And what happened there, you might have had a bad experience at the DLP. You could go and do something somewhere else. But what we're saying, sir, is that if you don't address this that was written to you from months ago, there's a problem. You're telling me something about yourself that I don't know. I didn't know otherwise. But that's not a good look. That's not a good look. I know for sure you have the social media passwords. You do. And someone of integrity would turn it over. You would. Okay? You would turn it over. Yeah? So, let me just check to see what else. There's so many more things, but I'm not going here on feelings, and I'm not going here on right. I'm not going on I'm just dealing with facts, things that you stated, and things that you omitted, right? Things that you stated and things that you omitted. Okay, that's what I am dealing with tonight. Okay, things that you stated that things that you stated that were incorrect, and things that you omitted. And if they would be omitted, I don't know why. You would have to figure that out. And so that's. Let me just check my notes here to see if there's anything else that I want to say and want to set right. And hopefully, I don't have to do this again. I really don't want to have to do this again. One of the things I personally want to ask you, I want to ask you something, Mr. Yearwood. When I researched this, and when I went there the Sunday, I was told that one of the reasons that the police was called again on the Sunday because it was said that you decided to take up an occupation in the Democratic Labour Party of headquarters. You decided that you were going to camp in. In fact, I can't remember if I had the picture of someone sitting in the doorway, and you decided to order food. You were not leaving. They were ready to lock up the acting general secretary was ready to lock up the building. Do you remember that? Did that occur? And you decided that you weren't leaving. This was the night after you guys went in and disrupted the meeting. Remember, the meeting was disrupted on the Saturday, and then you guys went in, stayed, on the property and decided you weren't leaving. Once again, they had to call on the police, who was actually there to get the police had to get you out. You remember that? Because I don't know why, but you were planning. Seeming it could be, again, this is just what I'm thinking. This is not any fact here. The fact is that you were blocking the doorways so that they could not lock the doors. You remember that, right? So that's a fact. My thing is, why were you doing that? Why were you doing that? Yeah? You have to ask yourself why you did that and tell the people why were you doing that? What was the plan for Sunday? Because that to me looked more. Anyway, I won't put my thoughts on it, but it's a question for you to ask. Why were you ordering pizza and so on at the hour of the night, and food was coming in for you, and the people that were planning were blocking the doorways from them locking up the place. They could not lock up the place, and hence they had to go and get security. You see, there's a story to everything, huh? They then had to get security to secure the place at night. Do you see that? They had to get security to secure the place at night. And I told you my story already. I got up there very early this Sunday morning to do some reporting, and they wouldn't even let me in. They had to wait to verify before they could let me in. And the only names that were on the list were the people, not even everybody, but those people who were doing the clap, clap, clap. You remember the clap, clap, clap group? That was disrupting the meeting. Now, I want there is something that I want. I sent Dave. I sent her a video there that said clap, clap, clap. And again, I want to appeal to well, decent-minded people, people who are leaders. Some of you are here. You run organizations. You understand Colin Roach. Good night. You understand the law. Kamar, you're into business. You know, a lot of people here, you understand the law and you run organization. You're running a meeting and this is happening in the meeting. Dave, can we show that video? It should be in your WhatsApp. It says, okay, so we're going to make sure that we have that video. It says clap, clap, clap. It's right there. Right, so where it's coming up, and I want you to think about what I'm saying. Okay, I think it's important that we go through this as a people, and let's talk what is what is so. All right. Yes, that one. Thank you so much. Okay, now what I want you to leave it there, Dave. Thanks, Dave. What I want you to think about, those of you again, those of you, I want you to think about it. You are running a meeting. How many of you run a meeting at your work, at church, wherever? Okay, and you are running a meeting, and this is happening in the meeting. What is your response? You're in charge of a meeting and this is happening in the meeting. Ask yourself a question. What do you do? Is this something that should be allowed in a meeting? There's a protocol and there's a way. We are adults. If something is happening in a meeting, there's a way that we went through it all on here about the Roberts rule and so on. All of that is there, and this would not be the first that they have had this, because later on, even on Sunday, they had a heated discussion on Sunday when they're dealing with the finances and so on. And but they were doing it in an orderly way, disagreeing. There was no need for anybody to come in, no police to be called in or anything. Okay. Now, the police was already there, Mr. Ronnie. You know that too. Remember, we established the police were on the property because the members needed to feel protected because of the threats that were coming through Steve. Through Steve. Okay. So the threats were coming. So the police was already there. So what they did was ask the police to have them to bring order. That's it. No police was called in on the members, all right? Right? No police was called in on the members. Important. So we've got to, we've got to we have to say what it is. Right? That is what we have to do, right? That's what we have to do. And I just want to say that as we, even in this, as you hear it, that's why I tell you to pause and to think about it. Because, and this is facts. So I didn't make up this. This is facts that you see on there. That what was happening. That is what they did in the meeting, and they said it was a peaceful protest. But you don't protest in a meeting. You understand? There's a way that they have always dealt with the issues that they had. That's not how you behave, and that's the truth. It's not how you behave, right? And the last thing that I will say on this is to, and this is me now asking the question, and I'm going to be upfront and let you know that I was commissioned to do a short film on the life of Ronnie Yearwood, and I did it. And he has a very compelling story of how he grew up, and so on. And and he did well in making something great of himself. He has a great family, his mom and his aunts and so on, and they're wonderful people. I met them, and we were there at Alexander School, and I did a documentary, a short documentary on him, because I was asked to do that, and I did that. So I want you to understand that I'm not a hater of Dr. Yearwood. I did a documentary. I was asked to do it, and I did it. Me and my family, my husband and son, and we went and we spent, I would say, a whole day with Mr. Yearwood, Dr. Yearwood, and we filmed and we got edited, and we really, really liked it. Um, you know, so I just want to say that. And one of the things I learned of doing that documentary that always was at the back of my head. Do anybody knows that Dr. Yearwood was at one point the chairman of the board at Alexander School? Does anybody know that? That he was chairing the board at Alexander School? The big question I think I'm going to leave you with, not, I don't know the answer to this. It'd be interesting to know why he was removed as chairman of the board at Alexander School. That's something that I am looking into. And if I do anything else on Mr. Yearwood, it will be on that. Because I'm curious. I was curious since that time. Why was it that he was removed as the chairman of Alexander School? That's an interesting one to take a look at. Okay? All right, so that's that. As usual, we will have we're going to have the lines open, and if you want to call in to talk about the water, Dave, can you play that little video again about that we did at the beginning, the fun one? So we have about 15 minutes, and the 15 minutes that you can use to call in. Okay, so let's play that. Let's see if we can play that video for you. And if you want to call in 236-7000, 236-7000, feel free to call in. All right, and while we are doing that, we're setting up for you that video that you can. This is a video, the song that we did. Okay. Because there are lots of people who didn't hear it. So we got to play that. We're going to play that twice too. Yeah, that's coming up. That's coming up, guys. That's a number that you can call us on. While we're doing that, okay, so there is a call. Let me see. You can hear good night. Okay, we're having a little problem here. Good night.
Good night. How are you?
I am doing fine. Good night. Can we hear him?
Yeah, you hear me clearly?
Yes, I'm hearing you clearly. Go ahead, sir. Welcome to the Marcy Week Show.
Yeah, I'm not calling to lend my support. I'm calling to give my support.
Yes, sir.
Right. Now, I don't know where to start, but I think one of the most insulting things that happened to the people in St. Lucie.
Can you speak up a little louder?
Yeah, I think one of the uh, most stupid things that the people in St. Lucie were told that it is going to, and this was by an official of the Barbados Water Authority, it's going to take 10 years to rectify that problem. I heard a lady call the calling program and she said in a very clear voice, she have to pay $400 or more in water every month. Can you just imagine someone going through that expense every month? And it isn't only about the water and the drinking, you know.
Yes.
It is, I know of two people who told me that that water destroyed their washing machines.
Wow.
When you use the pipe in the bath, it discoloring the sink, it discoloring the tiles in the bathroom. So that's an added expense spread away things to clean those with. And then there's the filters, the cartridges. Some of them don't even last 2 weeks. So you have to keep on changing those, which is another expense. And then I can hear the MP come on the radio. He got a call talking a lot of foolishness. Huh? And the things he don't live in the constituency, as far as I was made to understand. I mean, this is more, and I would like the whole of Barbados to get involved in this because it may not be water with other parts of Barbados, it might be something else. And you will need the support.
Yes, sir.
We have to forget petty differences, whether personal or political.
Yes, sir.
And join forces. That's the only way we can get through this. Forget who don't like who, because at the end of the day, all of us are suffering by that thing. People are in fact paying 2 water bills.
Yes.
You're paying water for water you cannot use other than to wash your car or wet plants or something. And then you have to go and buy water to use to drink and cook. It is not right. It is wrong. Have a blessed evening and therefore continue to bless all of you.
Thank you so much. That's some great information. Thank you, caller. Thanks for calling. Did you hear what the caller said? I mean, I didn't look at it from this aspect as yet. We were thinking that people are paying for water twice. We're thinking about those expenses. And then, their clothes, their white clothes being destroyed. But washing machine being destroyed because of the water. Anybody heard about that? Washing machine being destroyed, sinks being destroyed because of the discoloration of the sink, tiles in the bathroom when the water runs on it being destroyed, filters. A lady, you see this? This was a filter that a lady from Boscobel showed me. Now you say, how did you meet this lady in Boscobel? From Boscobel, St. Peter. She was actually in St. Lucie in Crab Hill. She was working and she was on her way home, ready to take the bus, and she saw us and got a bottle of water to go on the bus. And we said, where are you going? And she said, I live in St. Peter, Boscobel, St. Peter, and I don't have any water. And then she took out her phone while she was waiting on the bus, and she showed us this is her filter. She said it was white. And look at the color of it. This is Boscobel, St. Peter. So she will have to buy a new filter. This can't be a filter. And then she showed us the discoloration of her water. And that lady took the bus with a bottle of water. So all those who are saying that, they only they give people 1 gallon of water and so on. Listen, the people were so happy. There were some guys playing cricket. Stop the cricket match. to make sure that they got a gallon of water or 2 gallons of water, right? So you're talking about people's washing machine. Thank you, caller, because we're not thinking like that, you know. Washing machine, the sink, the discoloration of the sink, the tiles in the bathroom, and the filters. These are like heavy things that you have to, you know, would cost a lot of money. Plus, you're paying the water, you're paying for water twice. And to tell the people that it's going to take 10 years, and that's why they should not pay any bill. They should stop paying the water bill. Right? Yeah. Isn't that a serious crisis? Yeah? That is very, very serious. Yeah? So, you know, again, guys, you're free to call in, please. We'd love to hear from you on any of the topics that we right? Any topic of the topics that we discussed. Let me put back the number on the screen. That's the number that you can call to discuss. We have another 8 minutes. Dave, do we have that funny song? They're telling the people it's going to take 10 years and they must pay water bill for the 10 years and losing their washing machine, their sink, their tiles, bathroom tiles, expensive, and buying water filter and probably getting sick because we haven't. One of the things that we want to do is to have someone to come on the show to talk about the long-term health effects of this kind of thing. Yes, good night, caller.
Good night, Marcia.
Yes, good night.
I have a question here. Does the Barbados Water Authority still sell water to the ships that come into the port? And also, well, question, because I don't think the same water we put nothing in St. Lucie, St. Andrew, whatever it is. I don't think it's the same thing, but it'd be a good question if anybody could find out for me.
Well, as far as I know, I can just say what I know, and I will look into it a little more for you. Is that they still sell water to the ships? That's what I was. That's what I know. And if I'm speaking out of turn, and there's anybody who can correct me, but I know what I know is that that's what they still do that. In fact, I was told, sir, that the best water is sold to the ships. That's what my understanding. Yes.
Not good. Okay, that was my next question. I think is not good. Barbados first. If you can't offer Barbados first, I don't think you should offer anybody. You know.
Yes. Agreed.
I'll be praying about this for
yes,
sure.
Please pray about it and pray that it's not something that's partisan. I really, and that's why I love that group, sir, that is putting on the Motorcade, because what you get from them is that they were, even I was meeting with them last night, and they are very, very serious in that they don't want it to be partisan. They don't want it to be about party, because water is life. Water is a basic right.
That's right.
Yeah.
I mean, we have been being damaged many years ago. Truth be told, neither white or black, not that I'm prejudiced anyway, have any therapy for what slavery has done. And truth be told, I was not born a slave. I'm not a slave. And the mentality, according to my brother Bob Murray, is emancipated. We deserve the best on this rock. This is where we live. I don't care what the employers want to say or what policies want to bring to us, but we deserve to have a really pleasant, beautiful life.
Yes.
And they must be done. We pray for that. I don't have to wait till Jesus comes, you know. But definitely this is something that's we're gonna have to take to the higher authority. God bless you, Martin.
Yes, yes.
Thank
Are
for
you
the show.
coming? Are you going to come to the the Motorcade on the Sunday, October 27th, 2 o'clock?
Because we have a 19th anniversary happening this weekend, so I'm not going to be able to make.
It's not this weekend. It's not this weekend. It's October 27th.
Oh yeah, no problem.
2 o'clock. And when you come in, ask the church. What's the name of your church?
This is Living Gospel Fellowship, St. Thomas.
In St. Thomas. You call it little? You said little?
But Living Gospel Fellowship.
Living Gospel Fellowship. Can I ask you a question? Can you ask the church if they, when you're coming, can they pack up your car with some water?
You
You see what I mean?
Yes, yes.
Ask them if they could donate. Just the members, it's like about $16.
We're a very small church, but I belong to another organization. We actually do a lot of philanthropic services as well in the Caribbean.
Yes.
So I will ask them as well. Brother Michael Haynes is we are very missionary, and we like to be able to evangelize in places that would need the help, especially spiritual help.
Yes.
But physical help is necessary. There's no,
yes.
There's no border there.
Yes,
but,
we need to do physical help. Well, I'm so glad that you're coming. You seem like a practical Christian man. You're going to pray about it, but you're going to attend the walk. You're going to attend the motorcade on October 22nd and you're 27th at 2 o'clock. And you're going to get some water, pack up your car with some water. Thank you so much for calling, sir.
Bless you.
Yes, God bless. Guys, we have 3 minutes. We can take one more call. You know what I love is that people are calling and they're calling about the water. Isn't that awesome? So we took about 30 minutes or so and talk about this RONNIE issue and the people calling about the water. That is good. Good night, caller.
It's me again. There's something that I forgot to mention just now.
Yes, sir.
And this is a health issue. Females, to me, I'm not a medical person, but I got a big head. The brain is one section, and the other part is the extension of the storeroom, whatever they call it.
Yes.
Females, when they're bathed with this water, I think that they're putting themselves at risk.
We need to look at that. I mean, I'm so glad that you're sensitive to that. Are you the same person who called in about the washing machine and so on?
Yes. Yes,
right.
yes.
I wish I'm going to try to hold on to this number and talk with you a bit more. But let me say something to you, and I hope it's not too gross for people who are listening. You're an adult man. But as it's on the point of female, anybody ever thought, and as somebody called, and I've been thinking about that, how difficult it is at the monthly time for women.
Not only monthly time, females have a cavity. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Right? Well, the male does not have such cavity. Females are putting themselves at risk with that. This thing is very serious, This thing is very, very serious. Right? And people need to wake up to the reality of this. It ain't easy. And when I told you about the 10-year limit thing at the top we spoke about, this was sent on a broadcast program, which was hosted by Mr. Walter Blackman.
Yeah.
And that comment was made by an official from the Barbados Water Authority.
I'm going to try to find it. If you find that link, you can send it to me, okay? My number,
right.
You know my number. You can add me to WhatsApp because I want to talk to you a bit more, okay? Because I think you're talking a lot of sense, okay?
No problem.
Thank you, sir. God bless you. Thanks for calling. Yes. Wow, these were some meaningful calls there. That's some meaningful calls there. I think that's wonderful. We're going to keep this water thing going because we're not going to take any promises. I don't care until the water is as clear as the water we're getting in St. Philip because we're between the Crane and San Lawrence Castle. I think that's the only thing that's saving us. Our water hardly goes up and the water is nice and clean until everybody's getting that. We're not stopping. You know, this is 2024, and we see millions of dollars spending all around here. They could spend some on us. So tell Mr. Phillips, tell the BWA, tell the minister who is in charge of water, we are not moved. The only time we're going to stop until clean and clear water comes out of the pipes. That's when we're going to stop. Please send the message. Yes? Okay, so I think now we're going to play that song because it's 10 o'clock. We had a great show. All right, no more calls. Oh, my Barbadian people, love you all.
I'm just an prosecuting the body. Tell you this already. I want money.
Wait, say what?
Money.
Whoa!
Money.
Yo!
I want money.
Wait, she really said that for you?
Money. I know I'm just an prosecuting the body. I want money.
Whoa!
Money.
Whoa!
Money. Money. Money.
Yo!
Money.
You hear that?
Money.
She want money, yeah?
I want money. I want money.
You hear that? She want money, yeah?
I know I'm just an prosecuting the body. Tell you this already. I want money. Money. I want money.
Boy, she only care about the money.
Oh boy, Dave, you have to do that one more time.
Bye.
I know I'm just an prosecuting the body. Tell you this already. I want money.
Wait, say what?
Money.
Whoa!
Money.
Yo!
I want money.
Wait, she really said that for you?
Money. I know I'm just an prosecuting the body. I want money.
Whoa!
Money.
Whoa!
Money.
Yo!
Money.
You hear that?
Money.
She want money, yeah?
I want money. I want money.
You hear that? She want money, yeah?
I know I'm just an prosecuting the body. Tell you this already. I want money. I want money.
Boy, she only care about the money. Bye, girl. Bye.
All right, bye, girl. Bye. Bye-bye, everybody. Have a great night. Sleep well, okay? A wonderful show, and I see you again, God willing, on Friday. Right? Keep prayerful. Yes, wonderful.